What is your opinion on hate speech? Do you think it should be treated as protected speech? Hate speech is not something people should be doing anyways. I mean, if you're just gonna be threatening somebody's life just because they have a different race or a different ethnicity or a different gender or a different skin color or sexuality, doesn't mean that your opinion should be protected under the First Amendment. Yes, the First Amendment is all about the freedom of speech, but there is a certain extent to where I think the First Amendment should be going. If you're gonna be talking about threatening somebody's life just because they're different than you, does not mean that your opinion should be protected under the First Amendment.
Being a Muslim in America, I have been affected by Islamophobia, whether on the streets with someone deciding to tell me to go back to where I came from, or call me a foreigner, or in the classroom with the girls snickering in the back or the boys pulling off my scarf. I've always tried to stay strong. Growing up in a Muslim household where our lives revolve around Islam, my parents and religion have always taught me to love people no matter their race, religion, or sexuality. So when I hear these stories of people dying because of what they believe in or the color of their skin, it really hurts me.
I have never experienced any challenges due to my name, and I've never thought about changing my name. I have never been affected by sexism, racism, homophobia, and I think I don't have an opinion towards that. I have never noticed any differences between black and white crowd riots since I don't follow up with anything.
What is your opinion on the different forms of hate, such as sexism, racism, homophobia? Have you ever been affected by these forms of hate personally? Yeah, these different forms of hate are very cruel and very unfair to people. Have I ever been affected by these? Yes, for as long as I can remember. I am a person of color who grew up in a Christian home with a homosexual sister. So, yes, I've been greatly affected by these. What are some differences that you've noticed between black and white crowd riots? There's been a lot of action being taken, and not necessarily in a good or positive way. There's been protests and also violence. But I wouldn't expect otherwise because there has been a lot of injustice in many circumstances where specific groups of people have been targeted, and those people being people of color. So yes, there's a major difference. What is your opinion on hate speech? Do you think it should be treated as protected speech? My opinion on hate speech is that it is a very cruel way of expression. We're all raised differently, therefore the way we view things is very different from everybody else's. I don't think it's right, but I could only speak for myself. And whether or not it should be treated as protected speech is a very debatable topic. Like I've said before, it's all in perspective. Have you ever experienced any challenges due to you having an ethnic name? Have you ever thought about changing your name to an American name to see what differences there would be? Yes, I have. Even though I grew up in a very diverse community, I still face many challenges due to my ethnic name. I was given nicknames because my name was too hard to pronounce, or simply because I didn't look like Enis Merai. People automatically assumed that I couldn't speak English, or that I was an illegal immigrant. And the thought of changing my name, yes, constantly crosses my mind, due to the fact that I'm scared that it could potentially close doors for me, or I wouldn't have the same opportunity as somebody who had an American name.